From towering skyscrapers to enormous real estate developments, these projects push the boundaries of what we thought possible. And that's not all. They also include massive rail networks connecting entire continents, and a groundbreaking nuclear power plant that will revolutionize the energy landscape. These megaprojects are a testament to human ingenuity and creativity, highlighting the resourcefulness and innovation of engineers, architects, and construction workers worldwide. As they near completion, they will leave a lasting impact on the communities they serve and transform the industries they're in. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will discover and cover the largest megaprojects currently under construction in 2023, covering various industries and sectors. These initiatives are some of the most important and ambitious endeavors happening today. So let's dive in without wasting time. Number 15. The Line. Saudi Arabia is focusing more on tourism now. They are building some really big projects, and one of them is called Neom. Neom is like a super city, and they have a lot of money, $500 billion to be exact. Neom got famous last year because they said they want to build something called The Line. It's going to be a super tall building with 2 walls made of mirrors, and it will be really long, like 170 kilometers in the desert. At first, many people didn't think they could actually do it, but now they think it might happen. The Line is supposed to be home to more than 9 million people, and they might start moving in by 2030, which is just 7 years from now. Number 14. Eco-Atlantic City. Lagos in Africa is growing very fast. It's becoming a big city with lots of new buildings and a special place for money matters. They're building this special place in the sea, and it will have really tall buildings, fancy homes, and big stores. Even though they haven't finished everything yet, they have good roads and deals with important money companies from all over the world. One cool thing is that the United States is going to build a new office in Eco-Atlantic, and it will cost about $500 million. Number 13. Nusantara. Indonesia is starting a big project to create a new capital city on an island that's about 2,000 kilometers away from Jakarta, the current capital. This project is called Nusantara, and it's the idea of the current president, Joko Widodo. He wants to finish the first part of it before Indonesian Independence Day in 2024. They need a new capital because Jakarta has problems, like too many people, pollution, and the city sinking because they're taking too much water from the ground. Most of the money for this project will come from private companies, and they plan to finish it in 2045. Number 12. Merdeka Tower. Malaysia is almost done building the Merdeka Tower, which will be the second tallest skyscraper globally. They plan to finish it in May 2024. A top official said they've finished 92% of the construction, so they're on track to meet that goal. The Merdeka Tower is super tall, standing at 678 meters, and it's now the second tallest building in the world. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's biggest city, already has some famous really tall buildings, like the Exchange 106 and the Petronas Twin Towers. The Merdeka Tower adds to the city's impressive skyline and makes it even more famous worldwide. Number 11. Doha Metro. Qatar was in the news recently, and not just for hosting the FIFA World Cup. Their Doha Metro played a big part in the event by carrying soccer fans between stadiums every 3 minutes on its 76-kilometer train system. The metro has 37 train stations, connecting 5 of the 8 World Cup stadiums, and a whopping 18 million passengers used it during the event. Without the metro, the event might not have happened like it did. But the metro isn't done growing. It started being built 10 years ago, and now they're planning to add 60 more stations in the next year. Number 10. Incheon International Airport. South Korea is making its Incheon International Airport even bigger and better. It's already one of the busiest airports in the world. They're currently working on the fourth phase of a big upgrade that will turn it into one of the world's largest airports. They're investing a whopping $4 billion into this project. One important part of the upgrade is expanding Terminal 2, which will allow the airport to handle up to 106 million passengers every year. They're still building it, but they plan to finish everything by 2024. Number 9. Hudson Yards. The Hudson Yards project in New York has been in progress for 30 years and is now the biggest new thing in the city since the Rockefeller Center in the 1930s. It's built on a piece of land near the Hudson River that wasn't used much before and takes up an area as big as 4 city blocks. The first part of the project finished in 2019 and has 4 really tall buildings, some apartments, and a cool art thing called The Vessel. They plan to finish the whole project by 2024, and it's going to cost around $25 billion. Number 8. Frankfurt. Frankfurt is becoming famous for having lots of really tall buildings. Right now, there are more than 50 tall buildings being built there. One of the coolest projects in Frankfurt is called Frankfurt 4, and it has 4 super tall buildings. The tallest one will be 233 meters tall, and the other 3 will be more than 100 meters tall. The Frankfurt 4 project is almost done being built and will open at the end of this year. But this is just the start of Frankfurt's tall building craze, because they're planning even taller ones like the Millennium Tower. It will be 288 meters tall, and construction will begin in the next 2 years. Number 7. Iconic Tower. In 2023, Egypt will finish building the iconic tower. It will be really tall, taller than any other building in Africa, and it will be the first super tall skyscraper there. The tower will be 393 meters high, and even though the pandemic made things difficult, they built it really fast, in less than 5 years. It should be done by the middle of the year, and will be the main building in Egypt's new capital city. Number 6. The Brenner Base. Europe is building a really long tunnel called the Brenner Base Tunnel. It will be 64 kilometers long and go under the Alps to connect Italy and Germany through Austria. People have been thinking about making this tunnel for 150 years. Right now, traveling through this area is slow because it's high up and steep, and trains can only go up to 70 kilometers per hour. The tunnel will cost more than $10 billion to build, and it will be finished in 2025, but it will take 7 more years for the trains to start running in the tunnel. Number 5. Cho Shinkansen. Japan has one of the best rail systems globally, and in 2014, they started a project called the Maglev High-Speed Rail. This fancy train uses magnets to go really fast, even in hilly areas and tunnels. As of 2023, they are building it faster than planned. If this keeps up, people might ride it in 2027. This train will go 285 kilometers from Tokyo to Nagoya and cost about $55 billion. Japan is proud of this cool train project. Number 4. Flamanville 3. In Europe, besides big tall buildings and huge transportation projects, they are also working on making really big nuclear power plants to provide more energy for people. One company, EDF from France, is making a better nuclear reactor that works longer and uses less energy. They want to replace their old ones and sell these new ones to other countries. But there's a problem with one project called Flamanville 3 EPR. It's taking way longer than planned and costs a lot more money. They started building it in 2007, but it won't be ready until 2024, so it's delayed and over budget. Number 3. Hinkley Point C. Like France, Britain is also facing problems with its nuclear power plant project, called Hinkley Point C. This project is really important for the future of Britain, because it wants to make sure it has enough energy after some issues in Ukraine and the old power plants retiring. Hinkley Point C is supposed to give 7% of the clean energy the UK needs for 60 years and powers 6 million homes. But it won't start working until 2027, and it's become more expensive, going from 20 billion to 30 billion in 7 years. Number 2. ITER. Scientists all over the world are trying to make a special kind of energy that's better than what we use today. This new energy comes from something called fusion, and it's cleaner and safer. They're testing different ways to make it work, like a big project called ITER in France. Lots of countries, like China, India, Japan, South Korea, Russia, the USA, and much of Europe are helping pay for it. In 2022, scientists in China, Europe, and the USA made some important progress in making fusion energy. Even though ITER is just a test, it's exciting because it could lead to a whole new way to make energy. Number 1. New Silk Road. China's Belt and Road Initiative is almost 10 years old, and it's still making progress. The most important project is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which costs $62 billion. This year, they will finish building the Gwadar International Airport in Pakistan. They're also working on improving a 1,600-kilometer railway between Karachi and Peshawar for $6 billion. This will make trains go faster, up to 160 kilometers per hour. In the western part of China's New Silk Road, they're investing money and making strategic plans. But some countries that get money from China worry about owing too much and want more honesty about the deals. Looking forward to 2023, there are some really big projects happening. They'll change the way things are done in the world, from exploring space to using cleaner energy and better transportation. These projects will bring new ideas and change our future. So, out of all these biggest mega projects, which one fascinated you the most? Do let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos in the future. Thanks for watching.